Welcome back here to the EBA Super 64 camp. Marcus Burnett going to be joined by Chris Watkins here on the mic for this matchup. We don't have the traditional team numbers like we've had for the other camp games because this is our combination of some of the different teams that you've seen throughout the camp. But good thing is we've got rosters. The play will speak for itself, so who cares about the number associated with the squad? Roper gets it over to the wing to Hunter. I think we got a good matchup here, Chris.
Yeah, as always, there's a number of players to watch, and when you get here later in the day on day two, sometimes you see the level of competition, the games go down because players are tired and they've been, going after it in skill sessions. But the players definitely seem to have a lot of energy going here today. Looking forward to this game 3 of EBA Super 64.
The players, I keep emphasizing this fact that the players are out there on the floor. They're the ones making it happen. But the camp energy and your coaching staff and your administration, they're a big factor as well, because if their body language says day 2, wrapping it up, tired, going through the motions, then a lot of times that will be reflected in the players. But, you're seeing these coaches just as into the outcome of these camp games as the players are. Yeah,
most definitely. And, when you look at the caliber of the coaches we have here on this court right now, 2 of the biggest names in women's basketball. You have Jonathan Hemingway, our director of scouting here nationally, and then you have Brandon Clay, the owner of PeachStateBasketball.com, is also a voter on, and we're looking at Jonathan Hemingway right now, but is also a voter on the Naismith Committee for the National Player of the Year. So just high caliber coaching and staffs we have here at Peach State Basketball. You're seeing right now Jonathan Hemingway, we just mentioned him. He is the director and owner of also CoachHemi.com, so you see that's where he's going for his X and O's right now for the players and showing them the plays.
0-0 was the ball game. Hemi at work over there. Roper hesitates, explodes, layup. Brandon Clay wanted the and one call there on that one. Has a pretty legitimate case, but Roper will just settle for the bucket. We take a look back at our Prospects Nation TV instant replay. You can see her there. There goes the screen. Realizes, hey, the Red Sea is parted. I'll go ahead and take this layup. Finishes with the contact. As Alexis Hunter is fouled there on that drive. Hunter out of Raleigh, North Carolina. This can make for a very good matchup. We've already talked about the talent on the floor. We've already got a little back and forth, friendly and sportsmanlike back and forth going on between Brandon Clay and Hemingway already. That pass a little bit too hot to handle there. Thrown by Ashley O'Neal, who can really be a spark plug. We saw that in their game yesterday. There was an instance, I believe they were down 10 or 12 points, and it was Ashley O'Neal, as well as a solid team effort that really helped bring them back into the game. But make no mistake, it was spearheaded by O'Neal. They get a steal coming the other way. O'Neal with the Euro. Fouled and will go to the line.
That steal there was by number 8 in the black. Kirsten Hunter plays at Parkview High School. Outstanding outside shooter. Does a lot on the defensive end with her energy. You saw her right there getting the steal.
Parkview High School, another Gwinnett County school here in the Atlanta area. We're at, right next to a pretty unique press box built in the form and shape of architecture of a castle here at Central Gwinnett. Parkview has one of the better press boxes that you'll find as well over there. The reverse finished by Adriana Ellis. I enjoy watching some of these players that get easy buckets or a cluster of easy buckets just by running the floor. Hustling. Really saw it last game with Rife. Here we see it with Adriana Ellis.
What I like about Ellis is not only does, she a skilled player, but she brings a lot of energy on the floor on a consistent basis. Saw her yesterday get 2 or 3 plays in one game where it was a follow-up tip in. You know, that right there, running the floor. So she's going to get her points in the half-court set with her shooting ability and her ability to get to the rim, but also gets a couple each game with her, you know, ability to get up and down the floor.
4-2 there. I believe that bucket was scored by number 201.
Go screen four.
Number 201, that's Lindsay Roddy.
Keep moving it.
She has the task of guarding Roundtree, which hasn't been an easy one here. Roundtree out to Baker. Tray ball just short. Roundtree battling for the offensive rebound. Gets that one and one. Roundtree having a great Super 64. This will be our second game here on SUVtv today. Making the most out of the time. Good look. Foul called and nullifies that play, but nice pass on the inside. And we talked about Williams being able to handle those passes that are coming in. There you see her catch and finish. Unfortunately, play didn't count with the foul being called.
She's done a better job as the two-day period has gone on with getting used to those passes. And with a lot of times with interior players, there's so much about hands. You know, when you talk about how important that is and being able to catch the ball. I know my dad, who's, you know, been a coach for a very long time, when he does all his interior players, he makes them squeeze tennis balls all day long. I actually did that with Victoria Harris. We mentioned her on the broadcast yesterday to get Victoria Harris going to Rutgers University, class of 2015. That's something that this player can work on as well here inside.
That one snatched out of the air there by Till Battle. Battle ahead to Roundtree. Roundtree, nice pass. There's Taryn McCutcheon. McCutcheon can't get the shot to go.
McCutcheon's one of those players that, you know, although that shot didn't fall, she has the ability to do so much off the dribble and stop on a dime and pull up. I myself am generally not a fan of the mid-range game because I don't think it's an effective shot. Myself, as you as on the broadcast and Jonathan Hemingway have discussed it, but when you're Taryn McCutcheon, it is a high-range shot, and you want her to shoot every single one of those.
That McCutcheon caveat, the only thing that's keeping you on the broadcast still. How can you insult the mid-range shot, Watkins? I make a living on, well, not a living. I can hit it at LA Fitness, Watkins. You cannot insult the mid-range shot, Chief.
Yeah, LA Fitness is a little bit different, the high caliber from which we end up having the discussion. Most people can't hit that shot, and it's because of the amount of time they get in the gym. And when we discuss McCutcheon, it is evident that she spends countless hours pulling up on those shots on a consistent basis, as we see the drive there by number 201 there in the white.
Nice take there. That's Lindsay Roddy. But, yeah, back to McCutcheon. You know, she's really kind of earned that expectation. When you see her off a couple shots, you really just expect her to make a run and be able to knock down her next few. That's just because of the clip. She not only shoots the mid-range, but also the three-pointer at. Definitely has that shooting touch that we see from a lot of West Virginia Thunder players there under Coach Scotty Johnson. Roundtree off the mark on that shot. McCutcheon battles for the rebound. She's no good on the shot. Going to be pulled out of there by 160, Allison Johnson.
You know, while we got a break here, and you know I like talking about the mid-range game. The evolution of basketball here, I'd say, in the last 10 years and how much of the shift. You know, I think I saw a post the other day, maybe the Lakers, when they won in the late 80s, the number of threes they hit on the season, it was like 13. Yeah. You know, when they won the NBA championship, and you see now, and there's a lot of discussion when you, whether it's a podcast, read articles, or, you know, they call it Morey ball and what they do there at the Rockets. And if basketball is shifting to more of that three and layup type basketball, you know, when they look at the mid-range game, because players don't get in the gym like McCutcheon does on a consistent basis to be able to hit that shot as much.
Yeah, and I think that's a key factor in there. If you can't hit it at a certain clip, I agree with the mid-range. It's not as close as a layup. You don't get the 3 points that you would get if you're shooting a three. So if you're not shooting it at a certain percentage, then I can understand it not being, you know, necessarily something that you want to keep in the toolbox. But for those that we've seen really be able to knock it down with consistency, it can be such a resource. And I like how it also puts you in a pretty good position to be able to rebound after you shoot it as well. Kirsten Hunter finishing on the inside.
Great hands there by Hunter on the inside. Someone who really buys in to, to the Elite Basketball Academy. She's at all the events, goes hard, gets the extra work, gets here early. Really, proud of her and the work that she's done here over the last 2 or 3 years here at our camps, and the improvement you can see in the work she also does outside of camp on a consistent basis.
Pointer off the mark, going to be brought out of there by Miller. She gets tripped up. Here's Roper. Roper trying to spin, nowhere to go. Caught between a rock and a hard place, a.k.a. number 6, Kristen Gaston, and number 8, Kirsten Hunter. Under the 6-minute mark, 10-7 here in the first half. It's going to be Team White's ball there along the baseline. Aaliyah Miller to inbound it. Gets it into Woodfolk. Woodfolk will try the three-pointer. Versatility has been a buzzword here at the EBA Super 64 camp. You see a player of Woodfolk's stature being able to knock down a three-pointer. That's Exhibit A. Makes it a 6-point game there in the process. Here's Gaston. Gaston gets it over to Ellis. Woodfolk got a piece of that one, but also gets a piece of the player that shot it. And that's going to send Kirsten Hunter to the free throw line.
One player we haven't mentioned that's out there on the court right now that is a standout player is number 145 in the white, Aaliyah Millord. Plays at Holy Innocents here in the Metro Atlanta area. Helped her team make it to 2 consecutive state championship games. Look for a big senior year there out of her for the Bears.
A lot of good things going on over there at Holy Innocents. Really a program that, over the past couple years you've been able to keep your eye on. If you're an Atlanta basketball fan, specifically if you follow girls basketball. Really was a buzzsaw all the way into the championship game last year. Baseline drive, good defense by Roper. Woodfolk picks it up, and with 3 strides, she was already at half court. Loses the ball. Should be called for the travel. Ashley O'Neal a little shaken up there. She hops up quickly. It's a collision between her and Woodfolk. So fresh subs back in for both squads. Ashlyn Baker getting things started. McCutcheon off the mark there on the jumper. Pass intended for Roundtree. Good defense by Roddy. Roddy with the lay-in on the other end.
Roddy's having a great weekend here. Doing so many things on defensive end that is producing her easy buckets back on the offensive end of the floor.
She plays hard. Talented player in Roundtree. Really don't see the ball get taken from Roundtree too often. But Roddy was able to jar that one out of there just by wanting it more and taking it there on that play. They get it into Williams. Williams no good on the shot. Roundtree with the rebound. Roundtree guarded by Roddy. Now she gets it up top.
Keep moving it.
There's Teal Battle. And try to use her speed and handle against Williams. Looks like she has the advantage there in that matchup on the perimeter.
Throw it in, Taryn. Ashton, line. Cut.
Roundtree gets it to Baker. Baker kicks it out. That jumper, no good. Nice rebound by Roddy. Lindsay Roddy has no problem making the blue-collar plays for you.
You don't see many teams run underneath inbounds, at camp the way that it seems that this black team is running. And coached by Jonathan Hemingway over here. just you can tell in the tone. I don't know if you can hear it, you know, on the broadcast and this ability to coach. And that's one thing when you look at the number of our staff here at our elite basketball academy, you know, whether everybody, you know, either played on the collegiate level, coached on the high school and collegiate level, trains players, play professionally. So you just have a staff from top to bottom that has been involved with basketball at the highest levels here.
Battle grabs that one. Can't get the shot to go. Roddy with the rebound. Gets it out of there in a hurry. And she's fouled on the floor. Unofficially, Roddy's got about, you know, 5 or 6 rebounds here in the first half alone. It looks like we might have a contact or something. Some small object there on the floor that we are looking for. And it looks like they've got it. Till Battle going to apply a little bit of contact solution. Coming in her place, number 165, Jamie Grob, as we resume the final minute of the first half. Roddy opts not to take that at 3, 2 or 3 feet behind the line. Here's Williams trying to go to work. Mission accomplished. Makes it 17-9.
Cut! Cut! Hey, 4 across the baseline.
Ball
4
out of bounds.
across the baseline.
Gonna stay there. Stay there with Team Black.
Post up big. Post up big.
Get it to McCutcheon. They try to get it inside to Grob. Grob use a couple of those tennis balls that you mentioned earlier, Watkins. They're on that one. As it hit the hands, goes right out of bounds. 17-9 is your score as we take a break for halftime here at the EBA Super 64 count. We will be back after this short break. Ready to hoop. Ball back on court. So are the players. Brandon Clay back on the mic. Here at the EBA Super 64 count. We appreciate you joining us back here for the second half action.
Let's go, Black.
Game 3 of 4 here on day 2. Some good matchups out there, Brandon, individually and overall team-wise when you look at the rosters top to bottom.
Oh, no question. And this is actually one of the cooler parts of camp. I think the last game where, you know, we kind of mixed the teams up, you know. So for the first 3 games, you see that nice drive and take there from Sydney Johnson, be able to finish it out of Indianapolis, North Central High. You kind of get a feel for where the matchups are. and then try to make them as even as possible in this last game. And fortunately, I was coaching the white team, and we were able to just make some shots. And I think the black team, you look at, Tara McCutcheon and some of the weapons what they have on Adriana Ellis, and they've got some kids that can make some plays. We just were really fortunate that we made shots there in the first half. Our bench gave us great production. I thought Lindsey Roddy was great and was wearing 201 that came off the bench for us. Allie Johnson out of Fort Mitchell, Kentucky was really good for us as well, 160. You see a nice conversion there from Jada Roper to McKenna Woodbrook. So a lot of different pieces fell into place there for us, Team White, to be able to make some positive things happen there inside of that first half.
22-9 is your scoring. Not that it's an anomaly for Peach State basketball events, but give me your thoughts on the energy that we're seeing here on day 2 with just a couple games left to the close the count.
Well, we talked about it, I think, in the early session this morning, Marcus, is trying to find a balance between playing, drills, and then the wear-out point. What's the tipping point of which they, and us as well, with the energy that we're trying to bring on the bench, you can only go that so hard for so long. Even with the referees, you're still getting quality calls. They're running the floor. What is the point of which that dynamic changes? And I think finding that, that 7 to 8 hour total mark is kind of the barometer that we've found that really works. And so as long as we stay inside that with quality instruction and quality games where nobody's getting beat 100-10, everybody stays engaged.
Yeah, Chris Watkins and I talked about that earlier. The players are on the floor first and foremost, but the energy of the camp and the coaches as a whole plays a factor. If everybody has the body language that says, hey, it's day 2, we got a couple more hours left, then that's going to reflect the players. But it's been great all around.
Well, no question. We call that phoning it in, man. Sometimes you hear people in a role and you feel like they just phoned it in, and that's not what you want. Oh, that's a great move and finish. We talked about Ellis and the black team making some shots. That's a made shot there. O'Neal, number 4, is another kid that they need to make some shots to be effective and to be productive.
Swing it around. Here's Hunter. Had it knocked away, regained it, and was able to score the and one. 11-27.
Well, and literally they've gotten so much production, they being Team White, from all the different pieces. It looks at Alexis Hunter 144, Malora 145. They literally have gotten a basket or a positive play in the first 3 minutes from every single person that's out on the floor. That's hard to do, and you know that when you do that, it's going to result in good things, and that's been the missing component in this game so far for the black team. They've got the players. They just have not been able to get the positive plays that you need to be able to get back in this game just yet.
Ellis, that pass intended for O'Neal. We saw O'Neal spark a huge run in one of our camp games yesterday. We'll see if she can be one of the cogs in the wheel to do it there.
Oh, right on cue. It's like she heard you.
Got the steal, got the pass ahead. They don't get the layup initially. It bounces around, unable to take advantage of that opportunity there.
Well, and that's literally been the story of the game for them so far. They've gotten plays. They've gotten opportunities. Unfortunately, I was on the wrong side of that earlier in the game this morning. We got great shots, great looks, and they just weren't falling for us. We ended up losing by double digits. And I felt really good. I told the team at the end of the game, felt great about the shots that we got and the quality of the shots that we got. It'll be interesting to see now with the line change. You got Jordan Roundtree, Tara McCutcheon, even Ashton Baker, a couple of kids that can score buckets in a hurry to see if they can get a little bit of offense going.
Woodfolk knocks down the free throw. She'll be subbed for. That's number 75, Jalen Reese. And we'll check into the game. An 18-point advantage here for Team White. Roundtree, talked about her really being able to help get some things going on offense. She's guarded by Lindsey Roddy, a kid that just plays hard.
Roddy's energy and her effectiveness was really impressive yesterday. I thought what she brought to the table, some of the things that she did, noteworthy for sure. And it'd be interesting to see, once again, if Black can stop that and kind of take that away from her, because she did a great job in the first half.
Gets a hand on that one, knocks it away. And Michaela Lilly secures it.
I've really enjoyed watching Lilly play out of North Carolina. Just the ability to not do too much. You just see Williams there with the basket. She made a nice half hook there in the first, half on the other end of the floor. Comes back now and hits 1-2.
Also, you talked about being able to play with some of these guards here at the EBA camp. There was a play in the first half where, even though it was nullified because there was a foul call, she got a pass at the last minute with a little bit of English on it. She was able to grab it and finish.
Yep.
Just progress from game to game here at EBA.
No question. Well, that goes back to the skill sessions, the work that Adrian Penland, Chris Simmons, John Hemingway had at Camp Station this morning, and just the emphasis on being able to make plays. As you see Roundtree make one there, be able to knock that shot down. And like we talked about, the black team's going to need a little bit more of that to get back in this game.
Roundtree, going to college there in that St. Louis area. She reminds me of a signature chip there. They're called Red Hot Riplets. That name has been indicative of her game here in the Atlanta area. Roundtree has done it all, gotten to the rack, been able to use that size to rebound. There we see her splash the three-pointer.
Well, and skilled. You know, her ability, like you said, just be able to make shots. But she's a good athlete at the same time. I think a misnomer in our game as we talk about athletic kids, athletic being a notation to mean that you can't play or that you don't have a skill set. She is an athletic kid who has a really polished skill set and the ability to score the basketball multiple ways in multiple areas of the game at any given time.
You see her inbounding the ball there. 158 there in the black jersey. 14-36 is the score.
Oh, nice take there.
It's Baker. Ashton Baker.
That's a good block on the backside there from Reese. Reese coming over to make a play. But like the take from Baker, Reese just with a really good play from the offside there to knock the ball out of bounds.
Till Battle taking those two long strides across the lane and finishing.
Well, she just plays so hard. You know, with the great energy, still continuing to polish her offensive skill set. But you see the face up, the rip and go, and the ability to score it. That's tough.
Some of the toughest hands that you'll find. Taryn McCutcheon rips that one away and finishes on the other end.
Well, the thing about the Michigan State commit, honestly, Marcus, is that she's able to not only get the steal, and she's just so strong. You talk about another kid that's athletic with a skill set. Taryn McCutcheon is a really high-level athlete. As you see her right there attack, the strength, the skill to find the open player, Roundtree from the corner. So now here we go. We talked about Black being able to make that run. They're finally getting it going and clicking a little bit.
That McCutcheon-Roundtree connection makes it 21-36, making some noise. Baker coming the other way.
Well, and there you see, we talked about, you know, when they came out, we talked about Roundfield, Baker, and McCutcheon, and all three here making plays in the last minute. McCutcheon, see the kick, Roundtree, feet set, three up, three down.
And they are only down 13 after that recent cluster of buckets. We'll see if this wave of substitutions can pick up where Roundtree, McCutcheon, and that last unit just picked off. 7 minutes, 22 seconds and counting. So still a good amount of time left here in this one. Here's Roper. Strong take, it's no good. Woodfolk creating another opportunity, and she's fouled. Hard player to keep off the offensive glass, and McKenna Woodfolk always running the floor, and of course you can see the length for yourself.
Get her to pin you down.
Woodfolk off the mark on the free throw. Ellis with the rebound.
And this is another one right here. You talk about players who can make plays. You know, Ellis is a kid. We talk about Black trying to make this run. Definitely is going to have to be a factor. And it'd be nice to be able to get that production inside. Great pass there from Jamie to O'Neal. O'Neal's got to go ahead and take that one. She gets in the lane. She's got to go ahead and shoot that little runner there. Even if it doesn't go, the shot's been created for her. You got to take that opportunity there. Great hustle from Roper as she runs into Jonathan Hemingway. And we talk a lot about John's website, CoachHemby.com, but he also has a series of workouts there in the Tennessee area. And that was where I got to see Roper this spring. She earned her Super 64 invite by coming and performing well in March at the CoachHemby.com workout.
Playing well here, making the most out of the trip. 23-36. O'Neal with it. Rob wants it inside. O'Neal gets the right angle and gets it in. Rob a little flat-footed there on that shot as Woodfolk knocks it away. Here's Malord.
I'll tell you what, Marcus, that possession didn't work out the way they would have wanted, but I love her patience. The catch, the turn, the pivot. Didn't like what she had, back pivoted. Now, Wolford made a great play there, but that's good offense from Jamie Grobb to make some positive things happen.
Pass ahead. Johnson unable to hold on to it. So it's going to go over to Team Black.
Come on. Hey, go other side. Go other side.
Just over 5 minutes left to play here in the second half.
Well, in the second group here, it's held serve for the white team. Coming in, that starting five, maybe get it and keep it at 13. Now, that was the biggest thing. Don't let that 13 become a 6 or 7 point deficit. They've done a great job here in this eval of making sure that things get done in a positive fashion.
You see Ellis able to notice some adjustments they need to make on court, communicating that.
Oh, nice. Good head fake there by Roper. What a pass. Right on time. Leaves it right where it's supposed to be. Doesn't get much better than that from the guard to the forward with a nice chance to convert the play here with the free throw.
Jada Roper representing Memphis, Tennessee.
I told her earlier, North Memphis, South Memphis.
Well, Lord with the rebound. Woodfolk's going to get another crack at it and cashes in.
Laura's done that for 2 days now. Whatever they need her to do, whether that's rebound the basketball offensively, defensively, whether it be a stalwart on the defensive end, whatever they needed her to do, she's been able to do, and she's done it effectively.
Here's Ellis. Gets it to Grobb.
Oh, great move. I'm telling you, like, I look so much for what kids can do with their feet. I don't necessarily care about the conversion of the play. I think that most of the coaches at the next level have designed post coaches, skill workouts that can help you learn how to convert. The weight room can help you learn how to convert. But it's hard for me to teach you the skill set, the footwork, and then how to convert it. If you've already got the foundation of it, now all I got to do is teach you or give you the strength to be able to finish, Marcus, and you got something. That's exactly what Jamie's doing right here, right now.
She goes to the free throw line. 1 for 2 opportunity coming. That one off the back of the rim. Knocked around, last touch by Team White, so it'll stay with Team Black. Rob is going to have a seat till Battle comes back in. McCutcheon to Roundtree. Roundtree called for steps. That pass off the mark. As you saw, McCutcheon and number 57, Samantha Pringle, providing a little pressure on the defensive end there. They forced the turnover. 2 minutes, 25 seconds to work with. Wide open look for McCutcheon. Shot won't go.
Well, again, good shots and a good job, honestly, from White. As you see Reese bring the ball up to stem the tide, you know, to keep that run and the floodgates from opening. Tough throw there. Love the effort, though, from Reese and Roundtree there to run that ball down.
As Roundtree thought that pass was going outside shoulder. Instead, it was inside. I had trouble catching up with it. It looked a little bit like Matt Ryan's communication with some of his receivers. So I just passed Atlanta Falcons season, B. Clay.
Man, why you got to bring up old stuff, man? Why you got to bring up old stuff, man? I'm just now getting over the tough season, man. Just getting to a point where I'm okay with what happened. I'm getting ready for next year, man. The draft is coming on. I'm feeling good. The reports coming out of camp that Jay Matthews is going to be healthy. We're going to be all right. And you want to go bring that up,
I'm sorry, man. And as a Braves fan, that's the last thing I should be doing. We still got the second half of a 162-game season to deal with. Probably not too smart on my part.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. I won't get you, man. It's been a rough year for Atlanta sports, man. Save the Hawks, and their ending wasn't so great either, man. But, hey, at least they were there.
Yeah. They were at the table. Plenty of talent on the table here at the EBA Super 64 camp. We're coming down to the final minute of Camp Game 3. We'll have one more game for you after this one in terms of the Upperclass division. The why not three-pointer splash from the top of the key for number 75, Jalen Reese.
Reese has been impressive. Her ability to defend, I actually got with her for in the first half about making sure she attacks the rebound. You know, she's such a good athlete that she can be an effective rebounder as well. So just understanding that and using that to her advantage each and every possession and not allowing her girl to beat her on the backside, I thought was really good, and she's done a better job of that. And then offensively, you're seeing glimpses of what she can continue to grow and be. So I'm really excited about Reese's play, where she is and where she's headed.
Roundtree makes that free throw. We approach the final 2-3 seconds or so here in this one. That will do it. So we'll set up for Camp Game 4 here in the Upperclass division. Appreciate you joining us here on Prospects Nation TV, powered by the SUV. One more game here in the Upperclass division at EBA Super 64.